common sense, a common mouth, where the lights switch on and the noise fades out. I've seen stories dressed up right, but something never feels quite right. Big reactions, flashing signs, but truth gets lost between the lines. Out here we keep it real and clean, cut through the static on the screen. If it's loud, confusing, wild within, you know I'll break it down again. The chatter climbs, the views go up, opinions spill and overflow the cup. But I stay focused, clear and calm, and bring the facts like a grounding ball. Hold tight, the drop's about to hit. Laurie pumps, woman, Kyrie, the noise on the start. Liquid drums, golden ray. Steady rhythm, keeping everything intact. I got head at a beat, a red bite. Pumping to the space where we get it right. Laurie facts, we keep it open and real. Let the beat drop, let the chaos reveal. Some things online look shiny new, but sometimes they just don't ring true. Echoed stories start to drift and clarity becomes a gift. I'm not here for smoke or haze, I light it up in honest ways. Break it down with steady spark and shine a lantern through the dark. The comments fly, the pace speeds up, the scroll keeps spinning like a lifted cup. But I'll stay grounded, strong and sure, bringing insight you can trust for sure. Hold tight, round two. Lauren facts, read the bar as a neon's tongue. Real talk, real roads, real proof. Steady rhythm moving roof to roof. When the moments spin, we slow it down. Bring it back, break up the console sound. Lauren facts, let the real begin. Turn it up, let the chaos kick in. Laurie facts, Laurie facts.
Well, hey guys, welcome to Lori Facts. Welcome in, welcome in. Tonight I just want to give, it's going to be short, maybe 15 minutes, something like that. I just want to update the Rebecca Park case. Before I really get into it, I want to say that the brutality of this case has officially gone past disturbing and pretty much straight into horrific. Prosecutors are calling it evil personified, and I agree. Let's please keep in mind, before anybody starts talking about the details of this case, that Rebecca, while pregnant, also had other younger children, very young. She was already a mother, and someday those children may look these videos up online to try to get clarity for themselves. So I would ask anybody that's reporting on this case to please be respectful of that. This is a heinous crime that took their mother away and has forever changed their lives. Rebecca wasn't raised by the woman who took her life, allegedly. She was raised by an adoptive family who now has to raise her young children. I would like everybody to be aware that, from my understanding, there's a fundraiser set up that should be happening December 13th to help support this family and those children through this time. So if anybody's interested, please look that up. And now I'm going to move on to some of the updates that have occurred since my last video. This is Rebecca Park, and her life was cut short. She was last seen November 3rd, and her body unfortunately was found November 25th in the Manistee National Forest. This has been confirmed, and it's also been confirmed that the baby she was carrying was not with her. On December 2nd, 2025, Rebecca's biological mother, Courtney Bartholomew, and her stepfather, Bradley Bartholomew, were arraigned in Wexford County 84th District Court. They were hit with a wall of charges. First degree premeditated murder, felony murder, torture, conspiracy to commit torture, assault of a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth, conspiracy to cause a stillbirth, unlawful imprisonment, removing a dead body without examiner's approval, tampering with evidence, and other related felonies. Judge Corey Wiggins denied bond across the board, calling this crime as heinous as it gets. He's definitely not wrong. These defendants are held without bond. They have no communication privileges. And the court, from this point forward with this case, has banned live streaming. Moving forward, that will not happen. He would like these people to have a fair trial, and he feels with the national attention that this is causing, they would not have that opportunity. So what have the prosecutors saying happened? Well, straight from prosecutor Johanna Carey. She says Rebecca was forcibly taken to the couple's home. She was then forced to get into another vehicle, where they transported her into a wooded area. And in this area, they stabbed her, forced her onto the ground, forced her to lay there while they cut her open and removed her unborn child. She was still alive. We don't know how long for, but she was still alive. And then this couple decided to dispose of both bodies. The autopsy confirmed Rebecca was no longer pregnant when she was found. Carey emphasized repeatedly this was planned. This was planned violence. They created a plan. They did research. This was premeditated torture and murder. Investigators have uncovered online searches. They have uncovered that these people prepared. They took steps. They planned. This was a coordinated effort between Courtney and Bradley to carry out this killing this way. And this is the part that hooks every nerve. The newborn, who was scheduled to be born within days, is still missing. He should be in his mother's arms, sleeping, comfortable, but he's missing. There's an active search operation that includes forensic excavation teams, multiple properties, Bartholomew's home, Fowler's home. FBI involvement includes Michigan State Police, cadaver dogs, ground penetrating equipment. There's multiple warrants in play. Carey emphasized the investigation is far from over. Additional charges could come once the baby is located. Now, there were other arrests with this case that happened prior to these two wonderful people being arrested. Richard Fowler and Kimberly Park. Richard Fowler, while not charged with murder, He has been charged with other drug-related offenses and been held on a $1 million bond. He's not accused of killing Rebecca and her sister, Kimberly Park. She's charged with false reporting, tampering with evidence, lying to police, and her bond is $750,000. Investigators say that she has interfered with the investigation. Rebecca's death is now officially classified as a violent homicide of a pregnant woman involving premeditated torture and the mutilation and disappearance of an unborn child. The prosecutor's theory is that Courtney and Bradley intentionally murdered Rebecca. They surgically removed her baby and disposed of both bodies. The community's response has been visceral. Search teams, volunteers, and residents have expressed shock and grief at the details revealed in court. Sorry there, my husband walked in the room. Here are what I believe are the 10 strongest quotes that came from Prosecutor Carey's key statements. Starting with the first one, this is evil personified. It is. It absolutely is. There's no other way to look at these people. Let's put these ones back up as anything other than evil. There was absolutely no mistaking her tone with that opening line. They brought Rebecca to their home. They forced her into another vehicle. They took her into the woods. She laid out the sequence to show that they premeditated this. They created a plan and they did research. With this statement, she was proving intent. This was premeditated torture and murder. She used the word torture intentionally to strengthen her charge. There is no circumstance under which either defendant should receive bond. That the judge agreed with. The level of violence and callousness here is extraordinary. That was her quote to reporters afterwards. This baby was intentionally removed. This has been confirmed by the ME, and that has a direct tie to felony murder. The investigation is far from over. They're still digging, literally and figuratively. And this is as heinous of a case as we will ever see. And that is sadly true. From the seasoned prosecutor, we believe they disposed of both Rebecca and the infant. So they don't believe that the infant is alive. They don't believe that the infant could have been alive. And that's truly heartbreaking to think. So these two, they have another court date coming on, which is their preliminary exam. It's December 16th, 2025, 2 p.m., Cadillac, Michigan. This is to determine whether they have enough evidence against these two to advance to a full trial. Given what they've already come up with, I would say that they probably have enough evidence. I would hope they have enough evidence. I don't see why they would do these type of charges if they didn't have the evidence to back it up. So for me, this is one of the most horrifying cases in probably years that's come around online. And that says a lot considering everything that's been happening for YouTube and true crime. But for me, this caught my attention. Maybe because I'm a mom. And I couldn't imagine any mother doing this to their child, let alone their pregnant child, to their grandchild, to any of it. I can't understand what the motive would have been. I know she had, she being Rebecca, she had had some money given to her, very little amount, $2,000, which I guess for some people would be life changing, or they would think that it would be for a little bit. But it's really not a lot of money, not not life changing at all. And to take somebody's life over, I can't imagine that that would be the only reason why. There's speculation that I don't want to get into as to other reasons that people think could could be why. But the fact is we don't know why yet. It's just it's senseless and it's cruel and it didn't need to happen. But Rebecca, she deserves the truth to come out. She deserves dignity and justice. Her baby deserves dignity and justice and the truth. And her other children and her other family members, they deserve justice and the truth to come out. This shouldn't be about drama or speculation. This is a violent, premeditated homicide of a pregnant woman by the two people who should have protected her the most. So I implore anybody that's going to talk about this case online to allow it to have dignity. Allow Rebecca to have dignity. Don't take this and turn it into the circus that you turned Sebastian Rogers into, or that you turned in Summer Wells into. Don't do that to this girl. Don't do that to her children. They're going to watch stuff in the future. Please don't take this and twist it into some weird fantasy where you victim blame and shift everything and accuse her of doing something wrong. What did she do wrong? Get pregnant, have the wrong mom? This isn't like she got grounded. So I would beg other creators to have a little bit of forethought before you go in and start doing wild speculation and random accusations and pulling people in that don't need to be involved. The things that have been done to family members in the last, say, 5 years through this true crime community, the family members of victims, doesn't need to continue to happen. People can make it stop. The audience can make it stop. Don't allow it to happen. These people deserve better. They didn't get better in life. They deserve at least that in their death. So that's kind of my closing on it. If there's anything new that pops up, any new details, more charges, more people involved, anything like that, I'll try to research it and bring it here. Don't know that anybody will ever watch it, but I feel like it's the least that I can do to try to keep everything sorted properly. So yeah, I guess for now that's it. I am Lori Fax, and whether you're watching this now or later, thanks for watching. Have a good night.